A pleasure to have you with us. What do you make of your start to the season? Because in the past, Mahindra have come out of the blocks very fast and podiums sort of in the early races. What do you make of your start to this year?
Nothing much. I haven't done too much to show anything. Yeah, it's a bad start for Mahindra. I guess we have sort of found where our problems are, and we're hoping to get that sorted out in the next 2 races. So yeah, it's going to be a tough race for us here in Mexico also.
Is this start to the season something you were expecting a little bit, considering the big change in the team over the off-season?
Well, we knew we were going to have a tough time because the competition obviously is really strong and really good. But I think we have underperformed from where we expected to be.
Okay. Last year, Mexico City was quite a race with Pascal qualifying on pole position and just losing out. Can you describe how you felt at the end of the race last year?
Well, last 3 years Mexico has been an interesting race for us. I think we've always been a part of the highlights package in Mexico for the wrong reasons. So yeah, I think this year I think we're coming into new expectations. As I said, it's going to be a tough race for us, so looking forward. But yeah, last year was, I think, a big hit to us in the sense that it was an interesting race. We felt we did everything what we needed to do to get Pascal for his first win in just his 2nd race ever. But yeah, at the end I think for the next 10 years we'll be the highlights television of the best race of Formula E.
Finally, the Gen 2 Evo was revealed last week. What are your first impressions of the car?
I think it's a fantastic car. It's going to take the championship to the next level. As you've seen, like at every progression we've made, like what we had Gen 1, then we had the Evo Gen 1, then Gen 2 and Gen 2 Evo. I think it's just an amazing thing with the championship, and the manufacturers behind the championship are putting the thoughts together to try and see that we can get the best product possible from a visual impact and also I think from a racing perspective going forward.
Thank you, best of luck for the weekend. James, moving on to you. A tough start to the season in Diriyah, but you turned things around pretty quickly with a podium in Santiago. Is it hard to judge where you stand this season competitively?
Yeah, whenever I ask that question, I always say Formula E has to judge us over a season, right? Because of the format of it. In Riyadh, we knew we had good pace, but it was such a tricky race, especially because we were in Group 1 with Mitch at that point. We were kind of, everyone in Group 1 was at the back and basically having to deal with a really challenging situation. Race 2, was what it was. Racing drivers have to go through moves sometimes. That didn't work out, and that's what it was. But James made a great kind of, if you like, charge through the field. So we knew we had good pace, and like we always say, we just have to kind of have faith in the team and the equipment we have. And I think we showed that in Santiago. So we have more work to do clearly, but one lap pace was very, very strong there. Race pace was good. There's some small issues we have to address ahead of this weekend, which we feel confident on. So yeah, we're positive. I think we've shown we have a competitive car, and I think Mitch is on great form and shows that he's starting the season where he left off last season. And James is a rookie. We knew that there was some learning in the season, but again he's shown he's adapting quickly. He's had 2 great races. He's made up a lot of positions and brought the car home in really strong points. So yeah, honestly, we're excited for this weekend.
James has said that qualifying is something he needs to improve on. Do you think this will be a good circuit for him to sort of, there's a little bit more margin for error here on a more permanent facility?
Yeah, I think it's not so much the circuit, it's the one lap format, it's the tyre. It's such a challenging format for the drivers to do the championship. How much do you risk? What the risk and reward ratio is critical. So what we don't want is it's for him to kind of really build himself into it, and that's very much what he's doing. We have some great race performances though, and yeah, step by step, we have confidence he'll get quicker. And I think this circuit, to say without the walls, maybe kind of makes it a little less daunting, but honestly, I think the challenge is more around the one lap and the tyre itself.
And a question about the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy. A new driver this weekend, Takuma Aoki, who has joined the series. He's paralysed from the waist down. What sort of message is he and the series sending out?
I think firstly really inspirational. Aoki-san had an amazing motorcycle career that was cut short, and has now moved his career into car racing and had a lot of success already locally in Japan using hand controls. And we're honoured that we've been able to help him on this next level of his journey, bringing him to the world stage. It's incredible, he's been really quick in testing as well, just getting ready with the system just to use it. So yeah, really honoured for him to be able to use the Jaguar I-Pace trophy as his next platform. And this year, with Olympics, Paralympics in Japan, I think a real local inspiration as well, which is really good. So I think for Formula E as a whole, having a someone from Japan who's involved in the broader championship is a real positive as well.
Thank you very much. Mike, turning to you, Nissan Global Motorsport Director. The classic question of how would you rate your season so far? How do you think things have gone?
Yeah, well for us I think we had a lot of pressure on us from the last season to this season with the change in regulations and converting over to the single EU powertrain system. So we were really proud of the team's efforts to get to Saudi and be in good form and good shape in the testing. But because of that, I think we also felt that we should have done better. We deserved more at those races. And I think the first two races didn't move out in terms of total points for the team as we wanted. But we know that the pace is there and the performance is there. But we got to put together, as everyone said. Formula E is very unique because a one-day format really allows no room for errors or mistakes. And when it happens, it's very costly, very costly.
And when it happened here last year, you set me up for that, so I had to go with it. Running out of energy, sort of thinking the race would be a lap shorter than everyone else did. Is that something that was sort of immediately addressed, or is that something that could happen at any time? Is that something that you're still right on the limit of in races already this season?
Well, absolutely. The learning, I mean, obviously it's heartbreaking. Everyone knows, I mean, Dilbagh will tell you the same thing. I mean, it's literally the most heartbreaking thing that can happen to you on the last lap of a race. But of course, a good team focuses on what went wrong and what they can do better. And for the next race on, you can see the results. Season 5 was actually quite good for us. But the issue of energy management is the name of this game. That's the fine line you're treading, and you can see that at the end of a race, if you're not at 0.1, you haven't done your job. So that's what it takes to win this race, and there's always going to be a margin of risk and error that you can't control for, and that's going to make winners and losers in this game.
We got Dilbagh's thoughts on the concept livery and the Gen 2 Evo. How important is it for you, do you think, that Formula E continues to innovate?
It's massively important. It's the reason why this series is so important to motorsports and to the greater public at large, is the fact that we're bringing innovation, not just the electric powertrains in the city streets, but also design and innovation. We're challenging what cars should be and what the future of racing will be. So if Gen 2 Evo is exciting, I can even imagine Gen 3 will be even more exciting. And I think that's what this story is all about.
Great, thank you very much. We're going to open it up.